From Detroit's University District, I'm Sven Gustafson. This is your Daily Detroit, recorded on Wednesday, January 16th, 2019.
And I'm Jer Stays. There is a lot to catch up on around town today, so let's just dive right in, shall we?
Just as we're recording this show comes word that former Governor John Engler is expected to resign from his post as interim president at Michigan State University. Engler took the reins of the university after former president Lou Anna Simon resigned in the wake of the Larry Nassar sexual assault scandal. He's drawn fire for being tone-deaf and callous to the victims. The MSU Board of Trustees has called for a meeting Thursday morning, and it believes it has the votes to fire him. This comes on the heels of another wave of public outcry after Engler told the Detroit News that Nassar victims were, quote, enjoying the spotlight. Additionally, 23 of the school's top academic leaders, including deans of various colleges, signed a letter calling for Engler's removal. Although Engler has been able to resist assaults on his power in the past, 2 new MSU trustees were elected back in November, while a third was appointed by Governor Rick Snyder. That drastically changed the makeup of the 8-member board.
Sven, do you want to tell people how you really feel about this?
Well, I said it when they first appointed him that it was a bad fit. I mean, look, John Engler's record was clear as governor. He's a bull. I mean, like him or hate him, he was a very forceful guy. He was a huge bull brought into the penultimate china shop, and it was just destined to end badly.
And he did not help himself at any stage along this entire path.
No, just never showed any compassion, had no sense of the ramifications of what he said, poor sense of public relations, frankly. I hate to say it, just not surprising.
The state of Michigan is allowing more than 60 unlicensed medical marijuana dispensaries to reopen for the next 3 months amid a marijuana shortage. MLive reports the Medical Marijuana Licensing Board voted unanimously Wednesday to allow provisioning centers that are in the process of applying for a license and have local support to reopen until March 31st. The state ordered 72 unlicensed provisioning centers to close at the start of the year, but the licensing board has been slow to process applications and award licenses.
Baker College is looking to open a new flagship urban campus in downtown Ferndale. The move would represent a consolidation of 4 suburban campuses with a proposed opening in the fall of 2020. The Ferndale campus would serve around 1,500 students and 50 staff, with an average daily peak of around 250 to 300 people during the daytime. Baker identified Ferndale as its preferred location because of the city's walkability and urban amenities. The private nonprofit college wants to acquire a vacant lot on 9 Mile just east of Woodward, and across the street from the public library. It would construct a 3- or 4-story building housing classrooms, staff, and administrative offices, plus a mixed-use parking deck in one of 3 nearby parcels. Baker has said it plans to close its campuses in Flint, Allen Park, Auburn Hills, and Clinton Township by August 2020. Its Flint campus would merge with an existing campus in Owasso. Ferndale's City Council this week unanimously approved moving forward with negotiations and forming a steering committee of residents, businesses, and institutions. The project will have to move quickly to hit Baker's goals. There's a proposed deadline of April to have the final site plan approved, with construction beginning by the summer.
One cannot underestimate how big of a project this would be for downtown Ferndale.
Yeah, really big. Well, I mean, for one, you're talking about adding another parking structure, another mixed-use parking structure, which we just reported last week about the project they're doing on Troy Street, taking their busiest municipal parking lot offline for the next 12 to 15 months. So big disruption there, but again, Ferndale has been talking for at least a decade about parking shortages. And another one of their big goals is increasing office space, daytime population, daytime workers to help out the downtown, all the struggling merchants down there.
Huge for the restaurants and brings even more people into that area who, if they go to school there, as we've learned also from Midtown and other areas, they like to stay there.
Well, and probably a smart move by Baker College as well. I mean, frankly, would you rather go to school at a building in an office park in the suburbs or go to one in downtown Ferndale where you can go walk around the corner and get lunch?
Wholesale mortgage lender United Shore is looking to hire 800 people this year. The company is mostly looking to add mortgage underwriters, operations, and IT folks at its 60-acre campus in Pontiac. United Shore is the third largest mortgage lender overall and number one in the wholesale market. They expect business to grow significantly in 2019 and add to the nearly 3,000 employees they currently have. So what on earth is a wholesale mortgage? Unlike their crosstown competitor that starts with a Q and sells directly to consumers, United Shore backs mortgages that banks, independent brokers, and others sell.
Microsoft has announced a new partnership with Wayne State University to boost skills training for in-demand high-tech jobs. Wayne State is part of a select group of universities around the world to partner with the software giant on the Microsoft Professional Program curriculum. The pilot program aims to strengthen education to address the need for talent in areas like cloud computing, data analytics, cybersecurity, and artificial intelligence engineering. The program takes aim at current and projected shortages of skilled tech workers. It'll also explore how technology education can better keep up with fast-evolving real-world technology. The move is also seen as a boon to this region's ability to attract and retain talent. It's the latest in a growing number of partnerships between Wayne State and Microsoft, with more planned in the future. Microsoft opened a technology center in downtown Detroit last spring, and Microsoft-owned LinkedIn also has an office in the city.
One of the great mysteries of modern life is the fatberg, properly called a fog for fats, oils, and greases. Clogging up municipal sewers across the world, we're still not quite sure what causes them to become such a problem. Locally, a fatberg removed recently in Macomb County will be the focus of research by Wayne State University. Turns out, part of it was saved in the name of science. The National Science Foundation awarded an $80,000 grant to fund the work. Wayne State researchers will use real-time video, pressure data, and advanced chemical analysis to learn more about the physical and chemical structure of fatbergs. The results will be used to find the potential risks associated with fatberg blockages, learn how to better prevent them, and reduce their effects.
What a time to be alive. I mean, I've been reading there's a big fatberg right now clogging sewers in England. Supposedly it's made up of grease from all the nearby fish and chip shops.
Let's take a quick minute to thank our 2 episode sponsors. First, thanks to people like you who support us monthly at patreon.com/dailydetroit.
Second, Daily Detroit is brought to you in part by Milo Digital. Milo Digital is a full-service digital marketing agency that engineers quality results through data and innovative strategies. Learn more at milodetroit.com.
A powderhorn made in 1757 has made its way back to the Detroit area after being stolen more than 65 years ago. The horn was tracked down by the FBI in Philadelphia at an estate auction. It vanished back in 1952 from the Dearborn Historical Museum, where it was on loan from the Detroit Historical Museum. The horn is a big deal because it was owned by one of the first settlers of Dearbornville, or today's Dearborn, John Nolan. It was made at a military fort in Charlestown, New Hampshire on June 30th, 1757, for a soldier by the name of Lieutenant Abel Prindell. It is engraved with Prindell's name, rank, and the date it was made. It also has this bit of poetry on it. We'll read it for you here.
All right, this has got some weird spellings for some words, but I'll give it my best bet. I'll give it my best try. I powder with my broth ball, a hero like do conquer all. 'Tis best abroad with foreign foes to fight, and not at home to feel their hateful spite, where all our friends of every sex and age will be exposed until their cruel rage.
Going forward, the horn will be displayed at the Detroit Historical Museum and eventually included in the Frontiers to Factories permanent exhibition. Random fun jar fact, my grandmother once reported me missing to security as a child at the Detroit Historical Museum. I had decided to tag along for a tour and I never told her.
Police have released video footage of a break-in at New Caribbean eatery Norma Jeanes on Detroit's Far East Side in the hopes of soliciting tips. The surveillance footage was taken around 3:30 a.m. Tuesday. It shows a man throwing a car jack through the restaurant's front window on East Jefferson near the Grosse Pointe border. The man entered and reportedly stole several bottles of liquor before fleeing on foot. Opened in September, Norma Jeanes is the first new restaurant in the Jefferson-Chalmers neighborhood in decades. The business used a grant from the Motor City Match program to help it launch. The Freep reported it took the restaurant 18 months to put together a final financing deal, with lots of help from Jefferson East. Daily Detroit checked, and the restaurant has remained open despite the break-in. We'll publish the surveillance footage on dailydetroit.com. Anyone who has a tip is asked to call Detroit Police investigators at 313-596-5540.
Celebrity chef Andrew Zimmern is featuring our region on his travel show, The Zimmern List, this Saturday. Although the show's listing teases Detroit-style pizza, conies, Middle Eastern food, and, quote, a Detroit institution in the making, eagle-eyed folks on social media created some buzz back in the fall. They shared postings saying Zimmern visited Eastern Market, American Coney Island, Lady of the House in Corktown, and a favorite around here, Louie's Pizza. The Zimmern List is in its second season. You can see the Detroit episode this Saturday morning, the 19th, at 10:30 a.m. And be sure to come back to your TV at 9 a.m. Sunday to see us on Detroit Public Television.
Nice plug, Jer. Well done.
Hey, it's podcasting. I just wanted us to win a Potty Award for most jarring transition into a sponsor.
Yes, indeed. Well, anyway, tune in to both listings. Before we go, wanted to be sure to tell you that the much-anticipated musical Hamilton is coming to Detroit, and we now have details on how you can get tickets. It's a bit of a process, but Cheyenne Nosarini waded through it for us with an explainer. We've got that up on dailydetroit.com now. We'll link to it in the show notes. That's it for your Daily Detroit. I'm Sven Gustafson. If you love our show, be sure to tell a friend.
And I'm Jer Stays. Take care of each other, and we'll see you around Detroit.
You're listening to the Podcast Detroit Network. Visit www.podcastdetroit.com for more information.